I'm Adrian Laurie, licensed professional counselor and professional life coach, and this is Keys to Change, where I offer you concepts and techniques for personal transformation. The topic of today's episode is decoding debates. I'm going to give you 3 basic qualities to suss out on either side of a debate, not only so that you can better evaluate debates that are of interest to you, but also so that you can have a new angle on the nature of productive, gratifying thinking. Now, this is not an episode about politics or political debates per se, but rather it's about debates in any field, and especially debates about some specific claim. Is a claim that's being made true or false? Is a policy that's being proposed likely to be helpful or harmful? And so it applies to debates where there is some level of intellectual seriousness on at least one side. Now, that can be the case in politics, but it often isn't. Now, there are 3 basic qualities to evaluate when you're evaluating a debate: respect, honesty, and conscientiousness. In many debates, there's one side that, instead of focusing on arguments, focuses on putting the other side down. Disrespect. Instead of acknowledging the reality of important disagreement about the matter at hand, falsely claims that there is a consensus about the issue, despite the clear existence of reputable opposition. Dishonesty. And instead of dealing with all of the reasonable opposing arguments, simply ignores many or most of them, and often cherry picks evidence, which is to say, offers evidence very friendly to their side while ignoring all evidence that is unfriendly to their side. So this is a lack of conscientiousness. Meanwhile, there's another side that engages in little to no invective, respect, acknowledges straightforwardly the disagreement, honesty, and perhaps most importantly, makes a point of patiently going through and soberly dealing with every last argument and objection raised by the opposition, intellectual conscientiousness. Now, I have studied debates where the proponent of some claim is respectful, honest, and conscientious, and the skeptical side is disrespectful, dishonest, and lacking in conscientiousness. And I've also studied debates where the skeptical side is respectful, honest, and conscientious, and the proponent side is disrespectful, dishonest, and lacking in conscientiousness. So that's part of what made it a clear pattern to me when I saw it showing up on one side, but not having to do with whether it's the skeptical side or the proponent side. Now, debates don't always break down this way. I recently saw an interesting debate about a policy question in which I would say both sides were basically honest. One side was respectful but did not deal conscientiously with the opposing arguments. The other side dealt conscientiously with all the opposing arguments but was a little bit disrespectful. In such a situation, I favor honesty and conscientiousness, as long as the disrespect is not a substitute for argumentation. But like I say, in many debates, perhaps especially debates where there are many people on both sides and there's been plenty of time for research and study, you do see the respect, honesty, and conscientiousness cluster on one side of the debate. So when considering debates, try to suss out, does one side substitute character assassination for argument, falsely claim consensus, fail to address points made by the other side? And then, is there a side that focuses on the argument at hand, doesn't falsely claim consensus, and conscientiously works to address all the points that are made by the other side? Okay, you're welcome to share your thoughts about the subject of debates in the comments. I welcome, by the way, your criticisms or critiques. You can visit my website at any time by going to adrianlaurie.com or by following the link in the description if you'd ever like to set up a private counseling or coaching consultation with me. And thank you for listening.